What's up, everybody? Spicer's back, this time with a little bit of MLB content going over the postseason. Baseball in October, baby. Cubs finally made it after a few years of not making it. I'm joined today by...
It's Eli.
And we're going to be going over our postseason picture, going over our brackets. Eli's gonna give his American League. I'm gonna give my American League. Then we'll move over to the National League, and yeah.
Little tidbit about me. I'm a Mariners fan. Have been a Seattle sports fan all my life, mostly Seahawks, but I've gotten into baseball in the past couple of years. And I want to make it clear, I was a Mariners fan before the historic season that Cal Raleighy's having. I'm going to move on to the Tigers and Guardians game for the wild card. The series, I should say. I think that this is probably going to be one of the toughest series, maybe in the playoffs.
Weirdly enough, yeah. I think it's gonna be weird and scrappy.
Yeah, because I think that both of these teams are some of the hungriest in the entire series, in the entire playoffs. And
with the Tigers, the most of the season being World Series favorites and then fucking themselves out of it at the end.
Yeah.
Almost.
I think that in spite of the amazing season that both of these teams have had, I have to give the edge to the Guardians. Nobody in the American League, at least, has been quite as hot as the Guardians in the past month. So I'm just going to have to give it to them. I think they win. I'll say in 3. I think the Tigers will grab one, but I think the Guardians are going to win it in Detroit. Or wait, no, do they?
They'd be playing in Cleveland.
It's just all in Cleveland. Never mind. I thought if they go to Game 3, never mind. This is kind of a newer format, is it not?
A
For
little
playoffs?
bit.
Yeah. Again, newer baseball fans. So, I'm not going to go on a tangent this time. I did fuck up the last recording. I will say that much. But I'm not going to go on the same tangent this time. All that I'll say is Mariners fan. Red Sox in 2. Are we just doing wild card first, or do we want to?
We can split off and do wild card, ALDS, ALCS separately. So, I would do wild card now.
Yeah.
Okay. I have Cleveland winning. I think it will be the third game. They will go into extras, more than one game. But yeah, Game 3, Cleveland pulls it out in the hunt to end their own World Series drought. Because I think they have the current longest ongoing, I believe. Then Boston, New York. I think Boston wins.
You don't have to say that just for me. If you do think
I'm not huge on the Yankees right now.
I mean,
they just don't impress me. For me, they don't pass the eye test. I don't know how they made it here. The Red Sox at the beginning season, terrible. They got rid of their best player. They got better. I think Weirdly enough, they went in a positive direction after trade deadline. I don't think the Yankees did, and that's kind of what I'm basing it off of. Same with Detroit and Cleveland. Detroit, before trade deadline, before All-Star break, was probably the favorite to win it all. And they tried their hardest to get out of the playoffs, and here they are in the postseason. But I think Cleveland and Boston found momentum, and I think they're going to keep that momentum going.
Okay.
I think I know how your ALDS is going to go.
Well, it's filled with a lot of hope, for sure, Spicer. My gut does tell me that the Guardians are going to win, but my heart tells me that the Mariners are going to win. I got to go with the Mariners on this. I feel like I'd be doing myself a disservice if I went against the Mariners here. They've made it this far. They won the AL West for the first time in my life. And I'm gonna hope, for one, that Josh Naylor is back by the ALDS.
Josh Naylor steals 20 bases in the ALDS.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think
quick.
it is going to be a scrappy series, though, against the Guardians. So I'm going to say Mariners in 4. That's what I'm going to go with. And then I think the Blue Jays are good. Like, I don't want to always vote with the higher seed, which it feels like that is what I'm doing. But
I mean, you went against the Yankees.
I did, but that was possibly for some other reasons as well. I mean, I do genuinely believe that the Red Sox could do it. I agree with you about momentum, but and I mean, if we're going with momentum, I feel like the Blue Jays have just kind of found their momentum again whenever the Yankees started to knock on the door of winning the division. The Blue Jays started to go on their own streak. So I think that the Blue Jays could do it, and they've just had such a good season so far. It would be a shame to see it end in the division. So I think it's Blue Jays Mariners in the league championship.
All right. So, what I have happening in ALDS, Cleveland goes to Seattle. Seattle sweeps. I think the Guardians right now are better than the Tigers are right now. But I think they will get shelled at T-Mobile.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it'll be close. Because, like, T-Mobile Park is not a friendly place for hitters. And you got Cal, you got J-Rod, you got Suarez, maybe Naylor. He will probably be back with how much time there is.
I hope so.
They hit bombs there. So it's just kind of like, you know, I think Cleveland might get shelled in the ALDS and be a, like, kind of like, oh, they got exposed moment. And then I did go with Toronto over the Red Sox. It's just a better roster, better team, just kind of in every single way. You can tell, and they may have let up a little bit mid-season. They're back to, form. So, yeah, I also had Seattle and Toronto ALCS.
Fuck yeah. All right, and we're going to go to the league championship.
Yeah. I don't even know
can't
how
go
many
against-
games Toronto goes against Red Sox. I don't know. Sorry, I just thought about that. I just don't know how that one's going to go. I just think Toronto's going to squeak it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I do think this one is going to be tough. the league championship going into Toronto. Especially because the Mariners are not a great road team. They just aren't.
Yeah.
So it'll be tough, but I have to, and I emphasize this, I have to go with my boys. I gotta say Mariners in 7. Cuz we're probably going to get shelled in the first 3 games a little bit.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
And it's not even because I think that Toronto has had a great streak in Toronto. But the Mariners are just such a bad road team so far this year. I think we're below 500 on the road, which is terrible for a 2 seed, I feel like. But yeah, I it's not even necessarily that I think it's true. It's more hopium. I am going to go with Mariners to win in 7 and go to their first World Series ever. That's all.
Toronto in 5.
Oh, fuck. Wait. My headphones just died. I'm sorry.
Oh. You're not going to want to hear what I have to say.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, I just said Toronto in 5.
Fuck off. I mean, you're right, but fuck off.
Yeah, it's just a great roster, top to bottom. Great coaching. Not that Seattle doesn't have that stuff. It's just I don't think I just have this gut feeling. I've had it all year.
Oh, I have a gut feeling that they're going out in the divisional.
Okay.
But like I said, my gut says Guardians go to
I think
league
the Guardians somehow beat the Tigers. But I think if the Tigers beat the Guardians, that is worse for Seattle. If the Tigers can pick it back up. Like, honestly, the Tigers might probably beat the Blue Jays if they could get that momentum back. I just don't know if they can.
Yeah.
Like, they had a streak of what? Not a streak, but a stretch of what? 1-10? 1 win, 10 losses? I don't think the Tigers have it in them now. But yeah, I think Toronto wins. I just kind of went higher seed on everything but Yankees, but...
Honestly, wait, I do have a bit of hopium here, actually, for the Mariners. I do have a reason why I'll give for them possibly winning the ALCS. After getting swept every time this year, they have gone on a good run of games.
Okay.
And they just got swept by the Dodgers. So I think they're going to go on a streak.
Okay.
It's just been a thing for us. We get swept and then we're like, we got to wake up, boys. And then we do. So I'm coping, but Mariners in the World Series.
Okay, you have Seattle World Series. I have Toronto World Series. Making a true World Series, you know. More than one country involved.
True.
So yeah, I guess let's move on to the National League. I'll start us off because my team is a National League team, baby. Starting off with the top of the bracket with the Reds and the Dodgers. As much as I hate it. By the way, I just gotta say a quick thank you to the Miami Marlins for knocking the Mets out of playoff contention. That was great. Love that. Fuck the Mets and their $8 quintillion payroll. That being said, I'm going to give this to the $10 quintillion payroll of the LA Dodgers. There's levels to this shit, and the Reds aren't on the Dodgers level, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And then for San Diego and the Cubs, genuinely, this is just up to pitching rotation. We can't trust Shota right now. Boyd smoked a cigar for the first time in his life and cracked a rib. Our biggest hope is that Craig Counsell takes an overnight trip to China for that bone glue. But, you know, if we get Boyd game 1, Tally in game 2, and we are able to take it in 2, that's great. That's easy. It is in Wrigley, so the Winds will be doing some fuckery. And that it would be beneficial. Say is on a crazy streak right now. Bush is doing well. PCA is back. Like, back in hitting form. And Mo Baller. Oh, Big Mo. I love Big Mo. He played catcher today. Anyways, yeah. Cubs in 2. Otherwise, it's been a perilous trip.
Yeah, I just want to say I for sure agree on Dodgers beating the
Levels
Reds.
to this shit.
Yeah,
Levels to this shit.
The only way that the Reds win is if the Dodgers have to go to their bullpen.
Yeah, and if I forgot to mention this, if Shohei plays in the outfield and does like a relief pitcher. Is a relief pitcher, that might be enough to win a World Series again. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, maybe.
I'm scared of that. That's what I'm afraid of. Is they actually do it and it works.
Yeah, I think the only way the Reds win this is if the starter for the Dodgers gets fucking shelled and they have to go to their bullpen somewhat early.
Yeah.
Because that Dodgers bullpen.
Ellie De La Cruz. 5 for 5.
$10 billion cannot buy you a pitching staff, apparently. So, but I do think probably that's not going to happen. I think Dodgers win it handedly in 2. And they go to the divisional.
Ben
I
Brown
also
for
think
Blake Snell. Think about it.
I don't even need to think about it. I think
that's
Cubs
a great
win
deal.
in 2.
I think that's a great deal. Yeah, Cubs in 2. The Cubs have no chance if they lose a single game. They have to sweep or they're fucked.
I think home field advantage takes the Cubs a long way here.
Wrigley is a crazy place.
Yeah. That's my guess though. Dodgers Cubs.
Okay. Moving on to the next stage of the bracket. They did change how the bracket works not super long ago, and it kind of makes it harder to see an upset happening.
Yeah.
For some reason. But here I have the Phillies versus the Dodgers. I'm picking a lot of people would say the Dodgers are a better team and the Phillies are in a weaker division, being that this is the only division in the NL that only had one representative. And the Phillies clinched their division before the Brewers did. Like, yeah. I have Phillies winning.
Okay.
I know it's not like shocking. They are the higher seed. But like $10 quintillion versus the power of friendship and Schwarbombs. And then Cubs Brewers. It would be at the Brewer Stadium. It's a dome stadium, whatever, you know. I think this season Cubs have won more of the games between them and the Brewers historically this year. So I'm hoping that works out. Maybe have Cade Horton back by then, even though I'm pretty sure with how long he's on IL, we wouldn't have him back unless we made it to championship series. So realistically, we get Colin Ray in there, maybe Javi, Shota, and get back to Boyd. But yeah,
Okay.
it'd be Cubs in 4 or 5. The Phillies beat LA 4 games. They give one up to the Dodgers because it's the Dodgers. But they're all close games.
Yeah, I am.
Brewers, Cubs, they will both will have at least one win that is an absolutely absurd number. Combined.
Okay. Yeah, I am gonna go ahead and say that for the divisional, I'm gonna go against the Phillies.
Yeah, that's fair. That's probably the right choice, honestly.
I know I want Kyle Schwarber to have 20 homers in the postseason, but that's not gonna happen.
Whoa! He has 0 home runs this year. Those are all Schwar bombs.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I would love to see Kyle Schwarber have a lot of success in the postseason. I do think it ends in the divisional. I know that I was like, oh, maybe the Reds could do it if this happens. I do think the Dodgers are a really strong team. A $10 billion roster is very important in winning championships.
To be fair, the Mets didn't make it, and they have like a $20 quadrillion payroll.
True, but like half that is one player. So
that's true. Well, it's like 3.
Anyway, yeah, I think Dodgers win. I'll say in 5. And I'm also gonna go against you in the other one. I'm so sorry.
Hey man, just it is what it is.
To be fair, you did go against me in the ALCS. I'm just going against you in a little bit earlier. I think the Brewers, they've just been so tough this year. It's been so hard.
But the Cubs look like April-May Cubs again.
Okay. Brewers in 5.
All right, buddy. This is all irrelevant if the Cubs lose a single game in the wild card. Because then the Brewers definitely gets the NLCS really easy because I don't think the Padres are beating them. I think the Cubs have just played them enough in the year to know what's happening. And they know how to expose the Miz. They know how to play against Friday Freddy. Freaky Freddy. Freddy Peralta. Great pitcher. No hate. Hate because he's a Brewer, but like he is a really good player.
Yeah.
NLCS. National League Championship. Who's getting the National League pennant? So, in my bracket, I have this being between Philly and my Chicago Cubs. I gotta go Phillies here.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah.
You know?
I just think it's a better roster. I think the holes at starting pitcher will expose themselves for the Cubs. And I think the success we've had in the bullpen will be exposed as not being real like we saw last year. And there wasn't like a huge change in personnel, I don't believe. Like there's a few people added. Maybe Ben Brown has a classic Ben Brown outing of giving up 12 runs.
Dude, what if
AK lets up 15?
Dude, what if the AK is loaded though?
Is he even
another
is
immaculate inning?
Hold on, I don't even know if he's playing right now.
What if he gets back just for that game?
If we make it to this point, we have Cade Horton.
He throws another
back,
immaculate
and that's
inning.
nice.
He doesn't even want to acknowledge that I keep bringing up the immaculate inning.
Bro, it's so stupid. I can't believe it happened.
It's so awesome, though, man. It's so fucking funny. The AK's loaded. What are you looking up? If AK's injured?
He's not. He played like 3 days ago. Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, Phillies the
He's
World Series against the Blue Jays. That's what I have.
he's elite. AK's elite. And if I had the Cubs here, I would say that give AK the start, and he'll throw a no hitter.
Michael Soraka.
But no, I'm gonna go because I think I had Brewers Dodgers, and I think that I'm gonna go with the World Series that the real baseball fans want to see.
It is not by any means.
It's Mariners
Anyone
Brewers.
That's awful. That is
It's
actually
Mariners
awful.
Brewers.
I don't want to see the Brewers play the World Series. That is the last thing I want to see. Genuinely, I hate the way they play baseball.
Two small market teams going at it. Ooh.
Oh, just like the perfect NBA Finals we just had. Oklahoma City versus Indianapolis. I'm not saying there has
Indiana.
to be same thing. I'm not saying it has to be big market teams, but like
no, it did suck that
Seattle's a much bigger market than Oklahoma City. I will say that.
I will say fuck you. You don't bring up Oklahoma City in a Seattle household, okay?
Oh yeah, that's right.
But yeah, the Brewers not as fun of baseball to watch as the Mariners. In my opinion, that's a very biased take. Very biased take, but
no,
it's so fun to watch Josh Naylor steal a base with nobody's even making the throw because he's already there for some reason. How does he make it there? He's not a fast guy. Like,
he's stolen like 5 times the amount of bases this year compared to the rest of his fucking career. I don't understand what's going on.
It's fucking insane. I love Geno. I like just about everyone on that field, dude.
Speaking of Geno, how about Geno Smith? Am I right?
I love Geno Smith, and don't you dare bring him up to me, okay? He got fucking rocked today.
He's been getting rocked all year.
It felt worse today, though.
Got picked off by a geriatric twice.
But what I was gonna say, I hope to God that the Brewers hit Robles multiple times, and then they they see what happens when you hit Robles with a pitch. I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm saying Brewers win against the Phillies. I don't know how many games. I think it's going to be a close series. I think it's going to be a good one. Or not Phillies, Dodgers. That's who I had.
Yeah, you had Dodgers. Okay, so you have the World Series of Seattle Brewers.
Yes.
Who do you got winning that?
You know what I have to say.
Yeah. He's gonna say the Mariners.
I'm gonna say the Mariners. It's not even necessarily full that I actually believe that they're gonna win. I would just as easily believe that they get taken out by the Guardians in the divisional. But they're a very momentum-based team. If they have momentum going through this whole thing, they're also a power friendship team, much like the Phillies.
True.
Because I think that they're...
It is hard to say power of friendship when your team includes Harper and Schwarber. Because those are just two amazing players. They have more superstars on that team, too. It feels so wrong to call it power of friendship, but compared to the Dodgers, it is the power of friendship.
Yeah. But, I think that the Mariners team is greater than some of their parts. I think that a lot of it is bringing in Josh Naylor, great contact hitter, also great base runner, just out of nowhere. I've already said that. And also Geno. Geno brings just an insane vibe to the clubhouse. I ever I don't know. This is a good team. I don't think they are the strongest roster on paper, but I think that together they can be one of the most difficult teams in the American League to beat. Also, just let Brian Wu go right at the Brewers. That's what I'll say.
Okay. My World Series. It's Toronto Phillies. Phillies take it in the end. Toronto's a good roster. They're really good. I think the Phillies will just kind of have more heart in it. And I think they'll have multiple players willing to lay it all out for that World Series. I'm not going to lie. I think they're just going to be like nose in the dirt chasing that shit, you know? I think Phillies win the World Series. That's just what I think, though.
Yeah, I think that's a great World Series. I think it. I just realized we also both had different 2 seeds going up against 1 seeds in the World Series, and both of us picked the 2 seeds.
I just think, honestly, playing in the NL this year was harder.
Yeah.
Like, everyone expected NL Central to be ass this year. We got 3 teams in the playoffs right now.
Mm-hmm.
2 of the highest records in baseball. Because I think the Cubs have a better record than the Phillies, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I think funniest possible thing to happen is Phillies go on Phillies going on a run would be great, but the Reds going on a run would be really funny. And the Brewers not being that good. I can't explain it. The Brewers aren't that good, but at the same time, it is just the power of friendship holding that team together. So yeah. That's my excellent analysis of baseball postseason this year.
And that's my shitty analysis.
MLB postseason. Let's see how this goes. Come on, Cubs. Your ass, I know, but please make me believe. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Bye.